Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what the messages are that come through the cards that come out for you in this reading today. So thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what messages come through and what cards come out for today. So the first card that we have is the Queen of Cups. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Two of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this Knight of Pentacles, this does show an energy of moving forward at a slow pace. I do feel like this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where there's a lot of thought being put into being able to take action in this connection. I feel like things may be moving slow, but I feel like it's because of a need for being able to take into account what's the best way to move forward. And I do feel like there's also a lot of thought behind being able to act in this connection. I feel like it's quite cautious, but I do feel like it does have your best interest at heart when it comes to taking action. I also feel like you moving with a lot of intention as well. It does feel like slow movement, but I do feel like there is progress being made. I do feel like with this Queen of Cups showing up over here, that this is a very loving energy. I also feel like when it comes to the way in which this person feels about you, they are in a space where they feel a sense of being able to be comfortable in the connection with you, especially feeling like there's emotional security here with you as well. I do feel like there's also gravitating towards things like your sense of your open-heartedness, open-mindedness, and also I feel like kindness. I do feel like with this Queen of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a sense of this person having a soft spot for you. I do feel like there is a sense of actually having emotions and feelings in this connection with you. And I do feel like it's quite deep. With the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, I do feel like this does feel like, again, the sense of this connection is one that does require patience when it comes to it unfolding. But I definitely feel like there's progress being made. I feel like there's a sense of being able to gradually get more comfortable, get to know someone. And I feel like it's also leading to being able to have this relationship with this Two of Cups. I do feel like within this Two of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a strong relationship between two people who are quite compatible. I do feel like there is also a sense of being in a space where someone is open to being able to really share their hearts in this connection. And I feel like with this Two of Cups, that when it comes to the energy and the emotions in this connection, it's a reciprocated energy. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this also feels like being able to put in effort towards making something work with someone because they believe in it. They deem it as worth the time. And I do feel like with this connection, this is something you can see with this person. And I do feel like this person is also all in with this Queen of Cups. I feel like especially on an emotional level, they're quite invested. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Four of Wands showing up in the reverse. We have the Nine of Cups. The Page of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil card showing up in the reverse. So with the Devil card showing up in this reading, this does look like Capricorn energy. Could be dealing with a Capricorn. But with the devil card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like a healthy way of attaching and a healthy way of being in a relationship and also approaching it. I do feel like with this devil card showing up here, it does feel like also a sense of progress being made when it comes to personal issues that could be something that someone is going through within this connection. I feel like it's also allowing for them to show up in a more healthier way for the connection. I also feel like with this devil card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like actually being able to have a relationship that's being formed from a healthy place. I do feel like with that Two of Cups, this does feel like a relationship being offered. And I do feel like there's also a desire to be able to approach it in a way that is more so going to be easier to be sustained in the long term. We do have the two of the Four of Wands showing up in the reverse. And with this card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like also having a desire to have a stronger foundation in this connection. I do feel like with this Four of Wands showing up in the reverse, this does feel like also a desire to be able to have a solid foundation within this connection and working towards building that with you. I do feel like with this Four of Wands, this also has to do with the trust in this connection and the trust that this person has with you when it comes to the way they feel about you in this connection. I feel like that's something quite important to them. And I do feel like this is something that is going to be worked out. And I feel like that could also be why this connection may be taking time to be able to get to a certain place. There does feel like there's a need for being able to work out issues surrounding trust. And I get that that's especially on the part of the person you're dealing with. But with the Nine of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of actually being able to experience a connection that is quite satisfying and deeply fulfilling. I do feel like, especially the emotional connection that you build with this person is one that is very strong. I also feel like with this Nine of Cups showing up over here under the Seven of Pentacles, that with this Seven of Pentacles in this sense of being able to actually have a connection being gradually formed in a deeper level, I do feel like this is also a sense of experiencing being able to connect to someone in the way that you want. I do feel like it feels like a wish fulfillment because I feel like you get what you want in this connection, especially from the emotional connection. I do feel like this feels like emotional satisfaction in this connection. And I also feel like with the Page of Pentacles showing up over here, things may be in the initial phases. I also get that there's a sense of being in a space where you're working on being able to have a connection that's going to be more so one that goes through the test of time and does also turn into something more so long-term rather than short-term or temporary. I do feel like there's a strong foundation and it's quite promising towards being able to reach that. I do feel like with this Page of Pentacles, this does feel like putting in efforts, and I do feel like the efforts and any kind of investments into this connection is also reciprocated with that Two of Cups. And I especially feel that there is a desire to be able to enter into a connection based off of also having mutual feelings for each other in this connection. So I do feel like when it comes to being able to experience a connection, I feel that with the Seven of Pentacles and this Page of Pentacles, that this is about really building a strong foundation in this connection and taking that quite seriously. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have reconciliation. We have chemistry. And we have religious factors. So this reconciliation card showing up over here, I do feel like this could be somebody from the past returning, and I do feel like this could also be about being able to experience a renewal within a connection. I do feel like with this reconciliation showing up over here, that this is also an energy about being able to work some situations out. I do feel like with this card showing up over here, this is also heavily about trust in the connection. And I do feel like this could be a personal problem for this person. And with the Devil card showing up in the reverse, this could be something this person's actually working on a personal level. But I do feel like this does feel like being able to connect from a space where things are more promising. With this reconciliation card, I do feel like there's also a sense of reconciling with someone from the past as well. And I also feel like with this Queen of Cups strung up over here, the emotions never left in that case. And I do feel like there's a strong sense of feeling emotionally connected. I do feel like with this chemistry card showing up over here, this does also feel like having a very strong bond. I do feel like there's also a lot of attraction and connection. But this Nine of Cups showing up over here, there's also this feeling of experiencing a sense of being connected with somebody who actually feels like they are, I feel, contributing towards the connection in a way that feels good. I do feel like this is a lot of satisfaction. I actually feel like it is this wish fulfillment, being able to experience a sense of being able to be attracted as well as have a strong bond with somebody all in one. And I do feel like with this Seven of Pentacles, this is an invested energy. I feel like this connection has your attention, and I do feel like you're actually invested in it with this person. I do feel like with the chemistry card showing up over here, that feeling does actually get reciprocated. I do feel like with the religious factors showing up over here, that when it comes to this connection, I do feel like it could be taking on a more traditional route of being able to actually have a connection and making things happen in a particular way. But I also feel like when it comes to just agreeing on things like morals and values, this does also feel like a very particular way in which relationships are looked at based upon the way in which this person was raised or brought up, especially when it comes to their faith. And I do feel like within being able to connect in this connection, I feel like there's this very spiritual connection in this, but I also feel like it's also a very strong, deep connection and understanding based on spiritual compatibility and even just a spiritual understanding. So those are the messages I am getting with these cards for you, Cancer. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.